Your life.
Oh, that's a wrong one. I'm dumb.
You fucked up.
I
Good
did
job.
fuck up. I'm the horrible person.
Yes.
I'm just the worst. That's the wrong podcast one. Why do I have
I'm
two?
just the worst. Why are we quoting llamas with hats here?
What?
We're quoting.
Why aren't we quoting llamas with hats?
We are.
I love llamas
Are
with
we?
hats. I have a tattoo of Carl on my ass.
Carl!
Okay, so we're live.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Sexy Talk with Nick.
Oh,
There's a
man.
goddamn battle in the house.
So we're here with Nick, Noah, and Alex. Yeah, Alex, you're last, fucker. And we're gonna be talking about stupid bullshit that doesn't really matter.
Politics.
A normal Tuesday?
Politics.
That too, yeah.
Tuesday. I don't work on Tuesdays. Or I do work on Tuesdays, fuck me.
Yeah, I work Tuesdays too.
Yeah, but I don't work tomorrow, so it's okay.
Oh, this
You
is other Noah.
fuck.
Noah's in the actual chat right now.
There's
Oh.
two Noahs now?
Yeah.
No. There's
we-
always been two. You're the second one.
We've been over this, you're not the original.
I don't understand. I can't comprehend this.
You're not the original. You're only a scrub. You're a clone.
We're just gonna call you queer bait. How about that?
Why am I queer bait? Where's the other Noah? The,
No,
the
no,
other
no, no,
Noah's
no.
not in the chat.
No, we got you. Your weapons grade.
I'm weapons grade. I'll take that.
I nicknamed him Weapons Grade Autism because he honestly acts like it.
Okay, so to start off, I guess we're just gonna start like listing everything about the two characters, like the powers, the weaknesses, blah blah blah, the biggest feats, whatever.
His feet. I don't know what shoe size Steelheart is. I'm
Dude.
sorry.
My guess is like 11 and a half.
No, I feel like
He's
he has
gotta be
more
a
petite
12.
foot.
Come on.
No, I think he has a
12?
smaller foot.
You think he's small?
Yeah, I feel like he's more petite feet wise. He probably has like a 9.
A 9.
Okay, so
Dude,
what are Steelheart's
my
powers?
brother has like a 14 size foot and he's like 9.
Jesus Christ.
You know what big shoes mean? Big socks.
You know what big socks mean? Big feet.
Okay. So,
Alright.
what are basically all of Steelheart's powers? Any of you guys?
He can change any non-living material into steel. He can
I think
fly.
that
He has
just
eye
about
beams.
sums up everything he does.
And his rage will depend on how powerful his powers can be.
So he has like Hulk abilities.
I mean, to an extent, it gets to the point where he can use his powers, like basically full power whenever he wants, but when he gets mad, they're extended, and he actually cannot control his powers that well when he's angry. It's been noted that times he will use his powers accidentally. That's why when he yelled, that's what turned all that shit to steel.
Okay, I actually didn't know that. That's actually pretty cool.
Yep. Well, there you go.
He also has...
I read that in that Wikipedia link I sent you, asshole.
Oh yeah, I didn't read that.
Yeah, I could tell.
He... Is it flying or is it wind manipulations? I forget.
It just looks
yes.
like flying to me.
Okay.
I thought we talked about this briefly before.
We
It's
probably
like
did.
both.
I think it's he can
Let's
use
go
it
with wind
for...
manipulation.
I think he can either use it for fighting or for flying.
Well, wouldn't he be able
I
to
think
suck the air out of someone's lungs then?
I think he used it not offensively, just
Like-
as flight or that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because he never read a book that I read. Do that.
He also has
I
energy beams from his hands. So,
I thought yeah. It's,
and apparently he has eidetic memory.
That's
That's
fuck
pretty
is
cool.
that?
He can remember everything perfectly. Basically, like,
The photographic memory.
yeah.
That would be horrible.
Well, he claims to have it. So,
He could be like North Korea and claim a bunch of shit.
Turns out he can't turn anything to steel. He just paid some guys to do that.
With a lot of paint.
Yeah.
He's just really good at painting things a very steel color.
There you go, it's Picasso. It's not really Steelheart, it's Picasso.
okay. So, Superman's abilities are basically almost everything,
Everything.
except for changing
Turning
non-living.
things to steel.
I'm gonna change that to something a little bit smaller. Call it steel. I'm gonna take it from the Wikipedia, actually, transversion. There we go. So Superman has super strength, which is bullshit. Apparently, he actually is able to like lift a planet, basically, like lift the Earth.
Is it,
He's
It's
got
too- it's
super
too OP.
strength and super speed, and he can fly and laser eyes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sit in the fucking corner.
Isn't it supervision, basically? I keep forgetting
he
that.
can see if he impregnated somebody.
Get the fuck out of there.
That reminds me of the stupid thing I thought of yesterday.
Was it the super sperm or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some
Why?
girl, some chicks giving him a blowjob, and he comes and blows a hole through the back of her head.
Dude, that reminds me of a dream I had.
Oh.
Okay, I'll tell you guys a dream. The weirdest dream of my goddamn life. I've told you all of this before, but you just forget. So what happened was I had a dream I was getting like jerked off by a girl, and as I'm about to come on her, gazelles come out instead and trample her to death.
What
What the
in
fuck?
the fuck?
Weirdest dream I have ever had.
Gazelles fucking come out of your dick hole?
Yeah, basically.
I'm
Interesting.
impressed. I wish I had that
It wasn't
power.
even painful though. That's like the weirdest part. Like it was just like full blown gazelles. It's not like the sperm transformed into gazelles. It was just gazelles just popped out. She
That
died.
sounds
You don't say.
Well
most
worth it.
horrifying thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
Okay. I kind of want to read these stupid ass powers that he has. So
They all have stupid ass powers. Every superhero is fucking retarded.
that's true. But Superman has super ventriloquism.
What?
Dude, he put Jeff Dunham out of business.
Fucking put Jeff Dunham to shame.
He has super hypnotism too, apparently. He has like
Dude,
so
he could just fucking make his own show where he puts people to shame. He could like
Oh,
hypnotize the
shame.
entire audience and everything.
We should make a show called Shame Shame Know Your Name, and we just put people down the entire show.
I'm trying to figure out which of his many superpowers to put down on here. Like,
I feel like this is not going to be a very productive talk.
Oh, probably not.
I'm gonna put his.
It already
his-
doesn't feel productive.
I'm putting his super healing factor that he has. Also, he apparently also has eidetic memory. So
Everyone can remember everything when they become super.
So if
I
I
feel
jump
like-
into a nuclear waste facility, I can remember everything.
Well, I mean,
No.
yeah, you'll remember every moment of it before you die from it.
That's the ultimate power is death.
okay, so fully what we have for powers for Superman is super strength, flying, super vision, super speed, healing factor, like super healing, and eidetic memory. So, do we want to talk about Steelheart's weakness real quick?
This is the only weakness is if as long as you do not fear him, you can kill him. Literally it. That's his only goddamn weakness.
And as well as Superman only has one weakness, which is kryptonite.
Actually, Superman has many weaknesses. He has
Fuck?
Yep, he has obviously the kryptonite. He's weak to magic. What was the other?
Whoa.
What the fuck?
Steelheart can do magic.
Is steel transversion count as magic?
I think it does.
I'm just picturing someone walk up and say, pick a card, and Superman goes, ah! Falls on the ground, curls up in a ball.
Whoopsie.
Who the fuck beat to magic? That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Isn't there a DC character that's, like, her power is magic?
I don't even fucking know.
There's like, oh yeah, Zatanna.
There you go. Something like that.
So he's weak to magic. He can also drain all of his like solar energy that he absorbed from the sun. So basically, that's how he died to Doomsday. The fight lasted so long that he just ran out of energy and he was able to just die.
So he's like, he just needs to
So-
be rewound like one of those fucking flashlights.
Basically, yeah.
Interesting.
What was the other pretty big one?
Bananas.
His weakness is bananas.
I think we should add the Muhammad Ali. I mean, Steelheart might have them. You don't know.
Steelheart has a lot of followers. You gotta remember that.
He has him encased in steel.
Here's the question: do we involve Steelheart's like followers?
No, because Steelheart would not fight Superman like with his people. I feel like he'd want to do the one-on-one kind of thing.
No,
He's
it's bullshit.
some bitch.
Steelheart purposely had a little crew to avoid doing things himself.
Unless someone actually challenged him. It seemed like if someone was a big enough name, he would like go meet them himself.
But if he was
a cocky
if,
little some bitch.
if he was worried about the person who would have such a bigger reputation as Superman, he would definitely bring all assets.
Hmm?
The question is, does he know who Superman is?
I do, so I
I
assume
feel
he
like
does.
he would have to know who Superman is if Superman was around in this world, because he is
Yep.
the most famous superhero.
So my question is, if Steelheart brings all of his guys, does Superman bring all of the Justice
No.
League?
No, Superman
Oh, Batman would
is an
fuck him
honorable
up.
man. He fights one-on-one, but Steelheart isn't.
Superman.
Can Steelheart turn people to steel?
No, it's only non-living matter. I already looked that up.
Yeah. We had
Could he
that.
turn their clothes to steel and therefore fuck them up?
So,
Yes.
Superman actually
That's right.
would go one-on-one because he believes he can take everything. He actually believes in his invulnerability. So yeah, he wouldn't bring anybody else with him. Also, another weakness, he is weak to nuclear weapons. So,
Ooh, I would destroy him in a second. My arms are basically considered nukes.
shut up. Okay, so so Steelheart can only die by someone who has no fear in him, right?
Yeah,
So-
like absolutely no fear, not even a lick of fear.
It
Because
has to,
fucking
it has to
one of
actually be
the
him.
reckoners. Yeah, one of the reckoners wanted to try to shoot him, and he thought he didn't have any fear in him, and it didn't work. It was the one dude who died that everyone liked.
Cody, right?
I don't know.
Australian?
I don't know.
We'll
We're gonna
say.
go with yes. It's been so long.
Yeah, I need to reread these books again.
I do too.
So what is like the biggest accomplishments that Steelheart had? Like, would you say?
He done turned Chicago to steel.
He took over
something.
Chicago.
Yeah, that too. He took it over.
Took over Chicago. I keep thinking for some reason it's not Chicago. I think it's for some reason in my head it's somewhere else, like Seattle.
It wasn't the city came. Yeah, it was fucking Chicago.
I know. It's
Yeah, they called it New Chicago in the.
Yeah, I was about to say, didn't
I
they
forgot
call it
about
like,
that. That makes
Yeah.
sense. Okay.
So there goes all your doubt in your mind.
Well, it's just like a small doubt, which like, is it Chicago or is it like Seattle? I can never
Yes.
remember for some reason.
That's like my dumbass kept picturing what's her name, the main girl. I kept picturing her with red
Megan.
hair for some inexplicable reason.
You didn't have red hair?
No, she was blonde, wasn't she?
Oh yeah, she was.
But for some reason, in my mind, it was stuck. That she was red.
I did too. Maybe just the name reminds you of red.
Yeah.
What was her name? Hermione?
Megan.
Would you say like becoming like the leader of epics as well? I guess
He wasn't really the leader. I guess he was. It was kind of like epics were kind of like a branch thing, and
Yeah.
he was the leader.
he was one of the big ones out of everybody. Like
Mhm.
it was yeah, who were I can't remember any of the epics names anymore. And I just looked them up.
The Night Wield or some shit like that.
Like Night Wielder and Firefight were below him, but it was Steelheart and
Yeah.
that one water chick who was like the big one. I think Obliteration was a big dude too.
He was, but he was more kind of like a mercenary for hire. They kind of just told him to go places.
What about like just turning Chicago into steel? I feel like that's pretty powerful.
He did that in like fucking instant. It was when it was in the bank. Wasn't it that he did that?
Yeah, I think it was a little bit after like he proclaimed that he was gonna be the boss of them all.
Yeah.
So he turned everything to steel right there.
And he purposely made sure people feared him.
Yeah. Everyone fear him. Now, Superman's biggest features or feats. Why do I keep saying features? It's wrong.
His dimples, those fucking dimples, man. My dick is
My
done.
God.
Do we want to put in that Superman sneezed the solar system away?
I think that's something that would be pretty important.
Yeah.
What happens when I sneeze is I scare my dog.
Do you name your dog Solar System so it runs away?
It doesn't run away. It just like it looks at me and she's like, it's like
what
scared.
the fuck?
Yeah, it's honestly, he's like, what the fuck, man? I was uncalled for.
Okay, then start training him to be scared and run away, and then name it Solar System.
Do it.
So he's
Just
also
like I'll name my hamster Virginity and I'll lose it so I can say I lost my virginity.
Up my ass.
God.
I lost my anal virginity. But your hamster's name is Ted.
Okay, so he also escaped from a black hole.
I can do that too.
No, you can't.
I did that. Yeah, I did that yesterday. I had the donkey puncher, but I got away.
Oh.
No. No, the word was hole.
I mean, there was a hole.
Oh my god.
This is what you get if post. You knew what you signed up for.
I know. Oh my. Okay, so and he can also for 5 days straight basically hold up the weight of the earth.
So he's Kronos.
That was not Kronos, that was somebody else. Fuck, what was his name?
I know, I got the name wrong. It was Atlas.
Yeah.
The reason I said Kronos. Because I was thinking of that damn Mario animated short where they're doing the fucking Mario Kart. He's like, fuck you, Kronos!
Oh.
Yeah.
Wasn't it Kratos?
Fuck, yeah, you're right.
Fuck you, Kratos!
Today's been a long day.
I forget why
It's
I
only
put this.
2.
Well, your dog doesn't get you up at 7:30 every goddamn day.
But I'm just saying it's only 2:30 or 2:40, I guess.
So
30.
Would we say for Steelheart, his characteristics are basically cocky, or he's not really cocky, he's paranoid.
He's paranoid. He's reserved. God damn it! Everyone has to fucking. I hate people.
Well, yeah, he's playing WoW.
Yeah, I'm playing WoW, and someone decided to fucking pull in Halls of Valor.
Kronos is the god of time. Yep. Do you spell Kronos with the K-R or C-H-R?
Pretty sure it's
Yes.
I thanks to Percy Jackson, I always spell with the K-R. It's fucked up.
No, it's not fucking Percy Jackson. Shit.
Well, I read Percy Jackson first, so it's like, that's in my head.
Just according to Googling it, Kronos with a CH is Greek god of time, and with a K is Zeus's Titan father.
So there are two? There's two Kronos?
I guess, I don't know. That's just what Google said when I typed in Kronos or Kronos.
Okay, then.
Corona.
Okay, for Superman, I'd say he's pretty... I don't know, maybe he's not cocky. I was gonna say...
He's pretty. I mean, sort of.
Look at the I don't fucking know. He's got a red diaper. That's something, right?
I want a red diaper.
He actually fears his strength, like how strong he actually is. So
I do too.
I'm gonna say he fears himself a little bit.
Cause he's a wee little
If he
bit.
fears himself, how is he not going to fear Steelheart?
Well, there was a... Okay, I have no idea how legit this is, but from the old Justice League cartoon, when he was fighting Doomsday, he said that he's always holding himself back because he's afraid of how much damage he can do. So, I'm kind of thinking, like, with Steelheart, would he care enough? Like, would he go full out, or...
Not if they were in the like if they're in the city, he wouldn't go full out because he'd be afraid he was gonna hurt some.
Oh, that's true.
But what about Man of Steel? They didn't give a fuck in that movie.
That's true. He just
True.
destroyed Metropolis.
I feel like they just did that though to have, you know, big budget, big explosions. Wow.
Michael
They
Bay.
had to make it edgy like the Batman was.
The edges were so sharp, I almost cut myself.
You remember that
They
YouTube
took away his
video?
red diaper.
Remember what?
The YouTube video where they replaced the color grading with all bright colors that you would expect from a Superman movie, and it
Oh.
actually looks 50 billion times better.
God damn it! Why does everyone have to fucking?
I don't remember seeing that, but I think I vaguely remember hearing about it.
So yeah,
Someone's
Superman,
just soloing the boss.
Superman is just like a goody two shoes. I'd say. Like,
Probably.
I just realized I don't know how to spell goody two shoes. There we go.
I don't know.
I feel like
I don't know how to
that's
spell
how
shoes.
all superheroes are.
I
Except
mean,
for
they're heroes.
Batman, I wouldn't say is a goody two shoes.
He's
kinda...
a vigilante. He's not a hero.
He doesn't fucking kill anyone though.
Well, now we're just
That's
arguing
true.
what the fuck is a hero.
I don't think Injustice Superman cares about the city either.
Superman versus Stewie Griffin.
See, Injustice Superman is how I imagine Steelheart a little bit. Kind of just like not give a shit about anything.
Honey Badgers don't give a fuck.
But he seems to like have that like mentality of Steelheart where he wants people under him to serve him. So he kind of doesn't want
under me.
he doesn't want to kill everybody. So
Well, we lost someone.
Who'd we lose?
oh,
Oh,
no, he's
he's
back.
Yeah, he's back.
Welcome back, queer bag. I mean, weapons grade.
There you go.
Thank you, thank you.
I kind of want to define fear, like the fear for, like, would Superman's fear of himself actually play into the fear against Steelheart? Like,
I would say no because it's not fearing him. It's fearing yourself. You
Well-
can't fear. Even if you fear yourself, that won't manifest into fearing Steelheart.
it could,
But
if it's like,
What if he saw that he was just as powerful and or feared what his powers could cause?
Then that would count.
okay,
I feel like that brings up the questioning of if he can't even, or if he's afraid of himself, How is he not supposed to fear someone who could turn the entire city to steel?
That is a big fear factor.
Fear is not a factor for you.
And I think it also going back to like, depending on when the fight would take place, kind of like if it's at the beginning where Steelheart is just taking over Chicago, would Superman really care about Steelheart? Like, would he really think he's a
It's like, oh, who's this
big
little
dude?
fuck?
Yeah,
I mean, I don't think he would actually. Superman wouldn't care enough to stop him until he started turning shit to steel.
yeah. Well, I think it would
I
stop
feel
him like if he.
Superman- Superman would fucking try to stop anyone. In the Batman vs Superman movie, he thought Batman was a bad guy, and Batman was a fucking vigilante, and he was like, that shit's fucked. So he tried to go and stop Batman. This guy's turning cities to steel.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. He wouldn't know about him until he turned the fucking city to steel, because no one had any idea who he was till then.
Yeah.
That's why in the beginning of the book, everyone thought he would be the one that was the hero of the epics.
Yeah.
You're literally the second coming of Jesus.
Also, Noah, the other Noah, is wondering, are you Red Rex on BattleNet?
I am.
Okay, yes, he is. So, like, what his fear of Steelheart would actually, well, like, not his fear of Steelheart, but I don't know how to word this actually. It's just the more knowledge he knows about Steelheart, the more worrisome he'd be about the fight between them.
Probably, and he wouldn't know about him until a lot of shit was already out there.
Yeah.
How many civilians did Steelheart kill?
Oh my god.
Well,
Oh,
that
wow.
whole bank
Fun.
to start with.
But that's
Yeah,
only
just the
because
beginning of the whole thing.
they saw him get hurt. That's
Yeah,
why.
but he purposely would kill civilians to make sure the other civilians feared him. He did everything he could to make sure people feared him.
That's true.
What about in Man of Steel when Superman was, whoever that fucker he was fighting was using his laser.
Zod?
Yeah, that guy. He was using his laser eyes to like almost destroy a ton of civilians, and Superman broke down and like had to kill him. And then,
Yeah.
That's what it would have
I'm going to
be.
laser
He,
eye
like-
this suburban family.
That's
And then he like started crying or some shit.
He broke his neck and then screamed.
Yeah. So Steelheart kills a fuckload of civilians, and Superman would be like screaming because he's upset and terrified at the same time. And I think that Steelheart would be just destroy his ass with magic, and you know, is this your card? And then Superman would die.
Honestly, though,
Is this
like,
your card, bitch?
I'd consider that shit magic because, like, in everyone's eyes, no one has any idea what the fuck it is, so might as well be magic.
so. How could Steelheart use that against Superman?
This
Like-
your card.
Oh,
Is this your card? There we go.
Oh no!
I don't know. I don't know if that would count. It's kind of weird because if powers could just count as magic, why doesn't he get hurt by many of the other supervillains that come?
Because they don't have magic.
Okay then.
Yeah, whatever.
Trying to violence.
It's against
Yeah.
our constitutional rights to make schools have clear backpacks.
Shut the fuck up.
That's what one of the Florida survived shooters, they went to Washington to do the March on for Peace or whatever the fuck that shit's called.
Stupid
And,
shit going on right now.
Yeah, the one of the boys, he he was talking about how we're gonna take away everyone's guns and all that shit on Twitter and all that fun stuff. And then he later posted, because the Florida response to that was they're gonna start making everyone wear clear backpacks, and he said that's against our constitutional rights. Even though he's trying very, very hardly to take one of
See,
our
You're trying to get rid of the amendment of you're allowed to have a gun, but now you're like,
yeah.
nah, you can't look at my not porn in my bag.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he's trying to take one away, but he's trying hard to keep another one there.
Okay, so would we all agree if it was like before Steelheart's rise, would Superman win that fight? Like, would he just completely
Yeah, 'cause
destroy?
he would think he was like a nobody, and he'd just zap him and die.
Yeah. Who's this little shit coming walking up to me? Bam, you're
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah,
Okay.
he just throws up. He just like steps on something that becomes steel. It's like, oh, this is zap, dead. It'd be instant. It'd be like shooting a child in the face.
But Superman don't do that shit. He's a pussy.
That's actually something I'm
Lois
worried
Lane's
about.
a bitch.
Because,
Zap.
because Superman doesn't really kill unless he has to. Would
Is he afraid to kill people?
That's a good question, actually. I don't know if he's afraid or if it's just against his morals.
I think it's just
Even
a
if
moral
it's against
thing.
his morals, in a way, that's still fear to kill someone. Because you're afraid to cross that moral boundary.
Which he definitely has. Like, it actually took him in some of the comics, because there's so many different versions of Superman. Joker basically killed Lois Lane, so that's what pushed him to like go full injustice mode and just like to kill anybody. So I'm kind of thinking like, since Superman would be a big name here, and everyone knows that Superman and Lois Lane are basically a connection,
Fucking.
which is stupid as fuck. What the hell is Superman?
And how do they not figure out that that's Clark?
I guess they're idiots. Would Steelheart probably just go after Lois Lane to get to Superman?
I mean, he could easily do that, and then fear of her dying definitely makes Steelheart unkillable.
See, this is why the fear concept's kind of strange, because well, that's the only reason why
What
Steelheart could
constitutes
die.
fear of him?
If just fearing yourself in the fight with him counts as fear to himself, I don't think Superman could win in a fight like head on.
Yeah.
Unless he like actually somehow broke down like David did, where he found out the weakness. Which I don't remember how he went about it.
David Fountain knew the weakness because he saw his dad injure Steelheart.
And
The only-
he thought back, and his dad was like, "You are the second coming of Jesus."
Yeah, basically, that was the physically only way they figured it out. They never would have figured it out any other.
Okay.
And then they looked back at the bank and they did all the connections and they did the whole CSI cross the pins on the fucking like murder board or whatever.
Zoom and enhance.
Yeah, yeah.
Enhance. Enhance. That's not how computers work.
Nope, it is.
Which is basically how they thought at first it was. It had to be a shot that wasn't trying to hit him,
Yeah, that's what they thought at first. That did not work.
which honestly is kind of a flawed idea overall. So
I mean, if you think, I don't understand why they just didn't set up pressure plates and make him walk on it.
I don't know if that's a strange idea.
That's him killing himself. It's the same
Just
thing
like,
as him.
that's what they did with that, basically.
Yeah, they made him shoot the detonator or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Superman would not even come close to thinking about that whole kind of setup.
Oh yeah, but that's what the Reckoners could have done.
Still,
What I would have fucking done. I'm like,
Steelheart
meet me
still
on
has
meet me at the fucking football field, you little bitch, and then he would have met there. Boom, pressure plate, kabam, he's dead.
It's like, hey, no one set foot on this field.
The Steelheart still has to breathe, right? Like he's just a normal. Well, he's not normal human, but he still
I mean,
has to breathe.
If he went to space,
Filthy
he
mouth
if he went to space, he wouldn't die.
He wouldn't.
No, he can only die from somebody who fears him. Like he can't. I'm pretty sure he could be drowned and still survive. Because he's unkillable. Other than that, he can take blows. He do go through all this shit. It's pretty far-fetched to say that water could kill him, drowning, suffocating.
Huh. Yeah, that's weird because I guess they could. I was thinking like Superman could like force him out into space, and Superman doesn't need to breathe.
I feel
is
like he
weird.
doesn't either, just because he's unkillable. Other than that,
But nature don't fear no one.
like I'm pretty sure a honey badger could probably. A honey badger would kill him. Honey badger don't fear shit.
Honey Badger don't care.
Honey Badger walks up and murders him.
He could. Honestly, I'd put a honey badger on a stick and start charging him.
We just make him play Gorn.
Dude, I've still yet to play that game.
Oh, you haven't played that?
I don't know. I want to buy it, but it's like
I
$20.
haven't. I have it. It's fun.
I saw people play. It looks fun. You should get Onward.
I think I have it.
I want someone to play with.
So I'm trying to think about after Steelheart's rise as leader, the king of Nukago, because it's not a clear win for Steelheart, I believe. I think it would be a long fight. He would have to like drain all of his solar energy, which I think took 4 hours of complete fighting against Doomsday for Superman.
I mean, if you think about it, Steelheart could just sit there on a couch and take it.
Could he?
If the fear was still there, he could just sit there and take it like the little bitch he is.
Yeah.
I feel like Superman's strength would kind of force him to like be pushed back. Just
I mean, it would hurt, but there's no killing him. I mean,
yeah.
Which actually, wouldn't that start causing more fear?
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, he's not reacting to my punches, and he'd get even scared and punch harder, and nothing would happen.
So it's like the longer the fight goes on, the more he would get fear Steelheart.
Yeah, because Steelheart's never shown any like fatigue or tiredness either when he's doing fights, because they're basically like
he hasn't really had a challenge though.
He hasn't, and at the same time, I feel like that would do even more fear because Steelheart would hear about all these. Oh no, I'm sorry, Superman would hear about all these epics, and they're like, "Wow, he was so powerful. He had these amazing powers, and he was instantly killed by this madman."
He's like evil me.
Yeah.
So that would incite fear.
I feel like we're all agreeing that Steelheart would win.
Basically, Superman's a little bitch.
I don't think this is a debate anymore.
It's just an agreement.
Well, it's like it's just a timing thing. Like, I feel like Superman would have to like somehow kill him early on in the fight. That's where I'm kind of stuck with, because I'm like thinking this man is like the god of DC. Why would he even really fear anything? But it's himself. I don't know. It's difficult for me. But yeah, I think Steelheart would end up winning in the overall in his ride.
That's kind of an unfair thing where the only people who can kill him is someone who doesn't fear him.
Yeah.
Pretty unfair.
I never finished the book. Did he die?
Yes, he fucking died.
Yeah.
He killed himself.
You want full spoilers, or do you want to try to keep it?
He killed himself. There you go. There's a spoiler.
Well, I meant like going
He's like, I can't do this anymore.
Even going like to the last book.
David is Steelheart.
Okay. I was gonna make sure it was okay.
What the fuck?
He's from a different universe. Kind of, like the Bioshock Infinite Elizabeth power? Firefight basically had that power. And they went to a different universe, and he was Steelheart.
Was it him, or was it his dad?
It was him.
Wait.
I don't remember.
I'm just thinking about this because going back to like being in a fight in space, why couldn't water kill him, or like the vacuum of air, no air, whatever?
It's hard to really say, but honestly, I don't think it would kill him because I mean that man has taken so much beatings and shit. Who like a fucking lack of oxygen or something like that. I feel like that would be a long stretch to say that could kill him. Because the only way they ever said he could physically die was through that.
But if it's an inanimate thing causing it,
it can't fear him. Like,
yeah,
Superman could literally just throw Steelheart into the sun, and that would probably just burn him alive.
I don't know. No, he's faced fire enemies before, and the fire didn't touch him. Because that being said, if I had a flamethrower, I could kill him because the flame didn't fear him, or I could shoot him because the bullet didn't fear him.
Or wouldn't there be a difference between a fire like casted by an epic versus fire of a star? Wouldn't there be a pretty?
What
big
about
difference?
a bullet? What about a bullet? A normal person firing a round. That round did not fear him. The chamber did not fear him.
I don't know. If I'm going to pick against a guy like Steelheart, I'd be pretty scared if I was a bullet.
The bullet did not. I'm not talking about the person. I know.
I was just saying if I was the bullet, I would be pretty scared.
No.
Couldn't he turn the sun to steel though?
He could. On his way there, he could turn the sun to steel.
And then nothing would happen.
A lot would happen. Superman would just lose all his energy or all his powers.
There we go.
Wait, there we go.
Steelheart would win.
Debate over.
It would just be really dark.
Everybody
all
would
life on
die.
Earth would die.
Except Steelheart.
Well, okay, yeah.
Eh. But then he wouldn't really
Well, would he
get what he
starve to
wants.
death?
Can
Could
he?
he starve to death?
See, that's the thing. We don't know enough.
Yeah, where Superman has like 80 years of content, Steelheart has one book.
And it's only like a 200-page book, and it's really not even all about Steelheart.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's so strange because it's just so many versions of Superman. You never really know who to like, which one to put up against them.
Yeah.
Like there's one that can literally pull planets like with him as he's just flying millions of light years away. So I feel like Superman could just like take him away from Earth and just leave him somewhere.
Then it would win the fight because he's not here anymore.
He could essentially keep spinning and make a bridge of steel all the way back to Earth. You could take little tiny moon rocks and just throw them and make a fucking path. Like, those powers go beyond, man. That's turning shit into steel. You can turn any object into steel. It's not human or alive.
Can you turn air to steel?
That's... I don't know. I don't think so, but, you know, you never know.
I'm trying to look up this quote real quick from Superman. I hate Superman. Fuck him. Superman. Okay, so I said his. This was a fight against Doomsday where he said he was fear. I meant Darkseid.
I don't trust me, man. These
I
are
know,
just names.
but
Yeah,
if you know comics, it does kind of matter because Darkseid is basically a god, and he actually says he talks about how he's always had to hold himself back because he has fear of his strength, but this is one time where he can go all out.
Forgive me, Master. I must go all out just this once.
What the fuck?
Some weeaboo shit right there.
So now I'm
Well, okay, just don't level the whole world.
now thinking basically, would Superman just actually give up on holding back against Steelheart and just full on?
Probably.
But at that point, I feel like there'd be some fear there. If the dude has been taking beatings like a little, like a boss, and just he'd be like, oh shit, I have to go all out now, and he's getting scared and panicked that he has to use his full power.
And then also we could argue, would fear of the damage caused by the fight count as fear of him?
I think it would
Yeah,
depend on where he's at. Like if he was just like at that football
if they were like in
field,
an open field, then I say no. But if they're in
Yeah.
New Congo, then I say yes. Even if Superman wanted to go out, them even being in a abandoned football field, he would still know that it would cause damage to the city.
in my head, I'm like getting images from like Dragon Ball, where basically punches
They
connect.
stand there yelling
and-
for 10 minutes.
Yes, punches connect, and basically there's a force that goes like straight past them and just annihilates everything behind them. That's
Like
kind
a
of what I'm
shockwave.
getting. Yeah,
Yeah,
A
that's probably what
shockwave
it'd
caused
be.
by the impact.
I'm just imagining this whole entire epic fight just making everything crumble around them.
Epic. Ah.
Shut up. Already answered that question. Let's see.
Yes, P is stored in the balls.
What?
What?
P is stored in the balls.
I don't know how to react to that.
The answer is yes.
Okay then. I'm like trying to see if there is something that Superman can do, like a situation that he would stop playing Rocket League. Get out of here.
Fuck you.
It is just seeming like Steelheart would just end up draining all of Superman's like solar, so he would just slow down and die.
What if the Night Wielder bitch was in as well and made it turn night?
It would drain a little bit faster.
Like,
But
what if
still-
this was before Night Wielder died, where it was a constant night?
Would he start being drained as soon as he set foot there?
Say yes.
I don't think so
I
because
mean-
then he would just lose all his abilities at night, basically.
Yeah, okay, so he would start to drain once he got there, but he wouldn't lose his abilities till he exerted himself to a certain extent.
It would, yeah, it would take less time, but it would still take a
It'd
good
be
amount.
like a battery.
Yeah, that's funny. That's
I
actually
don't
what
know,
this
my
thing says.
batteries always fucking die.
Well,
Fast as shit.
buy better batteries.
You know what? You think I got money for that?
Yes.
Well, I mean,
I'm
as long as you're not
sitting
going
here
to
trying to
shitty,
support. I'm
So
trying to
you know-
support 10 fucking kids.
as long as you're not going to that shitty place by posts, you're fine.
Oh yeah, fuck that place.
It was like what?
It was $10 for 2
$10.
batteries.
Yeah, it was
Dude,
$10
what
for
the
2
fuck?
displays. It was bullshit.
And sniff the inside of my anus. I ain't doing that shit.
Every once in a while, you just completely stop my train of thought.
I'm good at it. I'm the procrastinator 3000.
I think it also depends on who attacks who.
Me.
If Steelheart goes after Superman, well, first off, would Steelheart go after?
No.
If he,
Steelheart has a kingdom to protect. Like he's not gonna seek out people to kill him. The only time he's gonna kill him if somebody comes to.
I feel like
He's never
would.
never shown initiation to attack somebody unless provoked.
Well, I feel like he kind of would because think about literally the strongest being in the world. If he takes him out, nobody will ever like want to try to fight him.
Yeah, but in Steelheart's little mind, his kingdom is his world. You know, he's not gonna go outside his castle walls to go fight somebody in a different area.
But why just have that world when you can have the entire?
He was perfectly content. He showed no signs of traveling.
I know,
You're trying to pick at straws here.
a little bit. Trying to keep it going a little bit, you know.
Straw poll!
We should get Kerplunk and play Kerplunk.
In VR.
No, just normal.
No,
Like
fuck
real
you.
people.
No, fuck that. Face-to-face human interaction? Fuck that noise.
Hey,
we're
they're nerfing
saying-
Diva. It's about time.
We're saying Superman would would have to go after Steelheart.
Yeah, I
He would
mean,
not.
it's no logical way. It wouldn't be the other way.
Well,
Steelheart never
Superman
leaves.
would want to go after Steelheart.
I feel like he would want to like right away because he has that like hero complex. Right, I need to save everybody.
But
This-
no, that's the thing. Nobody knew he was a thing until he turned the city.
Well, Superman, he would probably get a hint because he has super hearing and you can literally hear like a fucking fly a million miles away fart.
That doesn't make sense because then he'd hear everyone. He'd hear my groans. He'd hear your farts. He'd hear me scratching my balls.
He does. He
That-
can hear
no.
that.
But he can't pick out a certain voice, and he wouldn't even know what to
Well,
pick out.
He can
And
pick up certain
his-
people. Like he's picked up Lois Lane's voice whenever
Yeah,
she's in
because
trouble.
he knows it. He's never heard of Steelheart. He doesn't know who the fuck that is. He's never
And
heard
he
that
hears,
voice.
he hears everything, yeah, but he tunes it out until he hears that something bad is happening.
So when I see a spider and I scream, he's gonna hear that, and he's gonna associate, oh, that fucker just sees a spider compared to a bunch of people. Like it's, you know what I mean? He's gonna hear roller coasters all the time. But like, oh, people are in trouble. He's gonna go over, oh, it's just a fucking roller coaster.
Is it weird I can see Superman like starting to charge in and then Batman tells him, "What the fuck you doing? Get the fuck over here. Let's wait."
It's a horror movie. Fuckface, get out of here. We're
Yeah,
watching
exactly.
the-
To say he would be able to immediately arrive on scene the second shit went awry is completely preposterous because so much shit goes on in so many different places.
It would
Like
have
right now, over 10 people are getting murdered just in the state. You know, in the entire fucking world, thousands of people are dying, thousands of people are getting raped, thousands of mass shootings are happening. Like it's fucking everywhere, man. You can't be everywhere at once.
Yeah, it would have to be a metropolis for him to be like instantly. Well, not instantly.
Yeah. If he was inside the city it happened, I could see that.
But, oh, you know, Clark Kent was also visiting, so.
Yeah, you know, fucking
Clark Kent just happened to go on a business trip to New Chicago.
Chicago. Yeah.
Whatever.
And then
It wasn't New
Superman
Chicago until
came.
he showed up.
I know.
It's still just a coincidence. Nothing to go on here. Fucking. Everybody's just so stupid about Superman's identity. Like, why?
This
Oh,
guy
I'm
that looks
Superman.
exactly like Superman, but with glasses.
He's
Why
always
the fuck do we
around
not
with
have
Superman.
a healer?
I feel bad for Superman.
I don't.
The only way he can win is
He's a cuck.
basically Superman is nobody, or if Steelheart is nobody, that's the only way Superman can win.
Yes.
That's so sad. I feel bad for him.
Fuck.
King.
It makes me just think that Superman can't win any fight, really. He just always loses.
I mean, yeah, he does.
Boo.
Who would win? Wreck-It Ralph?
Yes.
Yeah, you just yes. You don't need to finish that.
So just Wreck-It Ralph. Yep. That's all we need.
Wreck it.
Even
I'm a
if,
record.
even if Superman did end up somehow stopping Steelheart, I don't think he would kill him. He'd just like try to find a way to imprison him.
I'll just lock him in the basement.
I mean, he could just I-beam his way out of everything. Or hand beam or whatever the fuck he has.
I
I've
guess
been
he.
playing too much WoW.
None of you guys are gonna
I-beam.
know. None of you have seen the old Superman movies, right?
I haven't
Nope.
seen any Superman. I've never seen a Superman movie.
Okay, Superman has this like prison basically, where it's like a pocket dimension that he throws people in every once in a
So
while.
it's like SCP now.
Dildo jails in the jail spaceship thrown into the jail dimension.
Like before Man of Steel, he actually threw Zod in this little pocket dimension. So that's what I'm thinking. Like that's the only place he could throw Steelheart where he wouldn't be able to get out. And even then, I don't really fully remember how he does that. I think it's literally he has to like get them on a platform to teleport them to it. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think that could happen. Oh, they updated Overwatch.
You would have to knock out Steelheart.
Yeah, the new characters in Overwatch now.
No, not the new characters. It shows the percentage of everyone's super now.
Nick, have you seen the Zandaria Trollus Druid forms? I have no idea what that is. I'm just reading what Noah's asking.
Yeah, fucking. We don't have a damn healer. People are fucking stupid. Everyone wants to be Bridget. There's always a fucking new.
Did somebody say healer in Overwatch?
Yeah,
Here I
we-
come.
I have
Yeah.
no idea what you are speaking at all.
They're talking about Overwatch.
Oh.
Everyone's trying to be this new character or something. It sounds like.
Yeah, it's in Bridget the Midget is what I like to call her. Because we all know who Bridget the Midget is.
I don't know, but I'm going to assume porn.
Yes.
You know. We all know.
Okay then. I don't really know where to go from this. They are dinosaurs? What the fuck? Okay. I want to now set the situation where Superman decides to go back in time before Steelheart's a thing and then takes care of them.
Hey, he did this stupid thing where he spun around the Earth a bunch, didn't he?
Yep.
That would just kill everybody on the Earth. That's all it would do.
No, he went back in time because he went so fast.
He went
and I-
so fast, turned the world in the opposite direction,
And that's
that
what
he went back in time.
Superman.
They need to nerf Roadhog.
Superman's so
No,
dumb.
He's fine.
I feel like if Steelheart could somehow just break that the mental like barrier that he set around his like superpowers, that is what would force him to like just end Steelheart. Like he wouldn't even like think about it.
I guess, yeah. I
I'm,
don't think that would happen.
well, he would have to like somehow kill Lois. That's the only way I can see it.
Yeah, and he's not gonna leave Chicago.
That's
oh god, nerf this.
Superman brings Lois just so that she can die.
Yeah.
Yeah. He sacrifices her for the greater good.
Just leave it. Just leave him for David. Superman. He's just gonna live for like a couple more months. Come on, just stop. That's kind of weird to think about. That just a normal human could probably. He did what Superman most likely couldn't do. You know. That Superman is basically this uber tier person.
And super.
And just proves why
Apparently
Batman would
S
beat
stands for
Superman.
beast.
Because he doesn't fear him.
Now, what if we said Batman versus Steelheart? Who would win?
Batman just pulls out his, I don't know, anti-fear bat spray.
Yeah.
Because he's got everything on that fucking utility belt. They've had anti-shark shit, like shark repellent spray. I
And
swear, in the old 80s TV show.
that was the Adam
Yeah.
West cartoon.
Yeah, he had fucking shark repellent spray.
Adam West is dead.
Adam
Hey.
Weist.
Well, yeah, I guess that's all we got because I don't really know where we can go from here.
So Steelheart.
Yeah.
Yes.
Steelheart only wins after he rises and takes over Chicago. And Superman wins if it's before. That's like a very cut and dry, like it's each person only wins once in each scenario. Like I feel like there's a couple more scenarios we could throw in, but
Think of it. We're retarded.
I mean we could just add on to after Steelheart's rise if it was like in the city or if it was out in the field.
Shit.
Okay then.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
Don't
they needed to group up.
But
Let's go, Bridget.
yeah, I guess that's it. Any last words, people?
Superman's a wee little bit.
Pretty much sums it up.
Inappropriate slurs.
All right then.
Also croissant, but said with a really over-the-top French accent.
Croissant.
Okay then. I guess that's it. See ya.
Yeah, I don't got shit to say.